Do you really need basic foundation of metaphysics even to learn Qi Men Dun Jia? The answer is no, you don't really have to. Why so? Because Qi Men Dun Jia basically, in layman term, is a very complex subject. True, it's a complex subject, but do you know that this huge, complicated, complex subject can be broken down into small little pieces? Yes, this is what we are doing. That means we have broke down all the big chunk of complex subject into small, tiny, little pieces for you to digest. And because of that, you don't really even have to have a basic of metaphysics at all. You don't need Feng Shui, you don't need Bazi, you don't need Ziwei, you don't need astrology, you don't need anything. As long as you have the interest to learn and you are willing to practice and revisit the topic again and again every single week, then you're slowly able to learn this complicated subject. And the best part is, a lot of people when they learn Qi Men is like, wow, so complicated. But I also know, because I go through this process before, I find that it's also very complicated last time. It took me about 2 years just to understand the basic. So what I do is this. All this big chunk of complicated subject, whatever that is complicated, I throw them away. Seriously, I throw them away. And then after that, I gather all the very basic information and represent it in such a way it becomes very simple. Any primary school, secondary school person will be able to see, understand, and then they're able to remember. Isn't that interesting? Remember easily. So I always use this thing called NLP. I use visual, I use audio, I use kinesthetic, all this kind of angle to teach a person. All this will be able to bring the person to learn from different angles. Depending on whether you are a kinesthetic person or audio person or visual person, it doesn't matter. You will have a chance to digest all the information during the lesson itself to understand what is Qi Men Dun Jia, what are the gods, what are the stars, what are the doors, so on and so forth, the trigram. There are so many things to learn, but I break them down into small little pieces so that you can learn. It's easy. But one condition, you have to practice. You have to revisit the thing again and again every single week. Once you do that, practice, you'll be able to master this basic skill. Okay, my keyword is basic skill. Once you have the basic skill already, my basic skill is actually very high level. High level in such a way that you don't even know there's high level. So anybody who is able to complete the basic skill, that means about 10 months of apprentice, or we call it the basic level, will be good enough to even practice it and give consultation to other people already. A lot of people don't know. A lot of my students, when they go into this apprentice course, 10 months program of an apprentice course, they thought, wow, very basic, everything is so simple. And when they go out there and help people, you can see a big difference. The quality and the skill set of them, they thought that's simple, but when they go out, people are very impressed. Why? Because that itself that I teach them, simple but deep and effective. More important is effective. So from there, they'll be able to become much more better and help more people and also help themselves. Alright, so these are the things that I'd like to share today. Thank you for watching this video. Ciao.